This is amazing.
I didn't get it.
What?
We have here. What do we have here?
Atari 2600?
The 2600,
Oh my
huh?
god, I had one of these.
Did you?
This is the Atari, the remake. Oh my god, and it plays the originals.
That's right, yeah. You heard about it.
I have heard about this.
Oh, did you want it?
I mean, I want to play it.
Oh, okay, well there it is. It's on the screen. Not only that, but even after this announcement, those are new. This Atari system comes with a wired one. These are brand new, hot off the press, Wi-Fi, dongled, wireless controllers.
Gosh,
How cool is that? Yes, Atari is still around and kicking. I think the last thing that was kind of a big announcement was the VCS that came on my radar, but they are re-releasing their retro consoles, and they're making Hot Sauce, or somebody within the company or past employee is, and they're making controllers now for emulation as well. So you can use these on emulators or on your own Atari, whether it's the original Atari. You can actually plug these new controllers in the original hardware or the new 2600 that they just released, which I'll be checking out in this video. Now Atari has remade the 2600, and they have these controllers wired, and this just came out recently within the last month. They've now gone wireless on their controllers as well. So whether you're interested in the gamepad here or the joystick, you have the original joystick here, the one that goes to the original hardware. This one has the dirt, right? The authentic dirt on that one. USB Type-C, that's good to see, USB Type-C on there. I'm sure that's the sync button there, and then it has some other indicator, probably charging indicator. Wow, it still has that firm feel. It is a very firm. If you want like a lot of feedback, this thing's for you. So they really kept it to the original. Yeah, I mean, this is very much to the original. You have a DB9. Oh, wow. So you can actually use it on the original hardware. That's crazy. So I think technically I can go ahead and plug it into the back of this Atari 2600, like an original hardware here. So that's pretty cool. And then they made it USB as well for emulation. So it'll be really easy to do emulation with this one, and then really easy to do original Atari. Now, something they also give you is the actual analog stick knob, or D-pad. It's kind of a D-pad basically. And that's actually kind of cool. I guess they're giving you an option here. If you want to play more like Nintendo, you can just leave this little thing off, it looks like. The little top stick. And then you can have a little riser here to the D-pad. If you grew up with them, I think this is cool. It's cool from a collector standpoint, and it's cool from like if you want to have an Atari. So it's a 10-in-1 cartridge. Here it is, same size as the Junior. They really kept it original. It does have some rubber feet. Okay, yeah, they're keeping the controller, so it's gonna work on these wirelessly with the original hardware there, and then they added on the HDMI, so they must have added the board. And then look at that power. USB Type-C, really getting with the program here. Oh, and that's cool that you can, on over here, I don't know if you can see that, but it says 16:9 or 4:3. So you can do widescreen or 4:3, which how you played before. And then you can also have the difficulty setting switch here as well, just like you would on the original hardware here. So original hardware, you had your video AV out, you had your difficulty switches, you had your controller switches, you had your channel 2 or channel 3 switch, which channel do you want it to be on your TV, and then this was the original power cord. It was like a little auxiliary type barrel plug. And then over here you had the on and off, whether you want to color it black and white, reset and select button. And again, this is the Junior Atari 2600. I do agree with most people. I think that this is the OG. This is the cool looking one. I agree. What's on the front here? You also have the black or white power on off, game select, game reset. And yeah, these should fit on here. Yeah, look at that. So you can use your original cartridges on here as well. 10 games in one. Okay, so it comes with the wired version of this of the new joystick. So it does come with the wired version. Same exact thing, it just has a wire instead of being wireless. All right, so we got it hooked up to the big screen. It does light up when it's on. There it is, black and white versus, if we put it back on color, color Pac-Man. It says top. The controller says top, what top is.
Oh yeah.
So top goes up, yeah. Doesn't it feel just like the original controller too? Like it has a nice like...
You got it really like press it.
Yeah. They weren't messing around, huh? So now we're on the other controller. Your thoughts on the other controller? You like the...
It's a lot easier.
So playing the classic Atari games on the big screen was pretty awesome. The controllers, both good. I think the joystick is kind of cooler in my opinion because it's so original and it's such a unique experience. I was telling my buddy here that like it kind of reminds me of like riding an old motorcycle or an old car. You know, it's just a different driving experience than what you get in the modern days. So I kind of like it from that perspective. All right, so emulation tested, emulation approved. Yeah, as long as you can change your controls, you just plug and play. It auto detects it, but you can map your buttons depending on what you want to do. And it's totally wireless, USB-C charging, and it's pretty cool. All right, we're now switching over to emulation. I'm playing Pac-Man for the MAME. You can absolutely play Atari 2600 or 7800 emulation games as well. I'm using the 12 terabyte Kin Hank Retro Arcade, and you just have to bind your controls in the main, the global controls, and or you might have to change your controls in the particular emulators.
Oh.
But what I'll be doing is I'm just switching between the joystick and the gamepad.
Oh.
The gamepad's going to be way better for retro gaming because it has 2 buttons instead of just 1. And then it's just a little bit more forgiving. It's a much easier experience. But like I said earlier, I really dig this joystick because it just gives it a whole new dimension. It's kind of like driving a manual car. You know, it just gives you, it's just a lot more work, which kind of, in my opinion, improves the gaming experience in certain situations. So if you grew up with this at all, or you have a love for retro gaming, this was such a milestone back then, and to have a modern version of it is pretty cool. The pricing is really fair, I think, for what you're getting, especially because it's an official licensed product. So I'm kind of a fan, but
I don't think so.
You'll see I'm just switching between all the controls, whether you're playing shoot 'em ups or you're playing an adventure game, puzzle games. They all work. Playing some Centipede now, emulation MAME version versus the Atari version we were playing earlier. So it works really well. And the nice thing is with that dongle, it's going to work from everything from mini PCs to laptops to desktop computers. There's going to be a large compatibility for this device because of that dongle. You can get one of these controllers or 2. It supports all those things. So this is kind of fun to...
I think I'm the first one to complete a Mario level on a Atari joystick here.
All right, let's try the other controller. So that was kind of rough because you couldn't run. You either got to run or jump with one of the buttons. You got to kind of only bind one. But with the other gamepad, it worked just fine. It worked really well. So my overall thoughts on the Atari 2600 remake and then these wireless controllers. Like I said, if you're a collector, you have any nostalgia whatsoever, whether you want to play it or just show this off, have it in your collection, I definitely think you're going to like it. It's really cool that Atari's still up and running and they're still innovating. The pricing on this, I think, is very fair. And all of it worked. And I love that it works front and back. Like, you go back in time or forward in time as far as USB Type-C, HDMI, moving cartridges around. I really like that. But anyways, that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.